Hi everyone, today I'll be showing how to enhance your performance with World of Tanks. I'll be using their own benchmark, the Encore World of Tanks. I'll be using the test manager to attribute to each CCX, and I have found that separating the threads it's better than using overall performance. As you can see, these are the two CCX. Actually my Ryzen Master shows that it prefers the 5th core, so I'll be concentrating only the second CCX, the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th core, and overall performance. And I actually did get better performance and not activating the legacy compatibility and other stuff. First I will run the benchmark with default. This is the affinity, all CPUs are selected. I'll be putting this in the taskbar. So why I got to use this technique is because I was getting inconsistent frame rates. The GPU usage, as you will see immediately, it's pretty bad. It doesn't stay 100% or 99% all the time. It jumps around. As well, the frame rate is not very consistent, and that's due to spreading the load between those two CCX modules from the Ryzen processor. As you can see, the load is spread through from 9 to 16 is the second CCX, and as you can see, the 9th core has received some load, and due to communication lag, as you can see, the GPU load is not consistent, the frame rate jumps around, and in the final you will see that the overall score is a little bit worse when using all the cores. I'm not recommending disable one CCX because everything what runs in the background will be heavily using the 4 cores that are remaining, but I am recommending limiting the affinity of the cores in the test manager. As you can see, my frame rate doesn't reach 200 FPS despite using my 240 Hz monitor, which was pretty disappointing. Oh, here is a jump. And as you can see, the GPU load jumps around from 90 to 60. So that is a bad performance. I haven't mentioned, I have locked my Ryzen 2700X to 4000 MHz with 1.2 volts, and I'm using the stock cooler, and that's why I'm limited by the temperatures, because in Overwatch at 4.1 and 1.2 volts the CPU the system frozen, and that's why I have downclocked to 4000, but I will be trying to level up, and as you can see, the performance is 27,038. Okay, it says it's a great result, but I wasn't pretty impressed, because it's a great result from a point of view of overall FPS, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll be opening the test manager. You're going to the details. When you set affinity here, you're actually setting affinity for the game, which launches. And because this is a hyper-threading environment, I'll be disabling the first 8 CPUs. 8? No, first 7 CPUs. Because it starts from the 0. Okay. And putting this in the test bar. I'll be testing it again. Now pay attention to the GPU load, which is pretty consistent right now. It will be loaded all the time at the same FPS, and the actual CPU load will be spread between the second CCX, as you can see, from 9th to 16. This one will be taking all the load. As you can see from the start, I already have 200 and something FPS, which will result in a better score overall, and the frame rates are pretty consistent because the GPU usage is constant. So basically now this is trying to max out the GPU. Let's wait for the benchmark to finish and let's see the final results. So basically the main disadvantage on the Ryzen CPUs are the Infinity Fabric, which is creating some kind of input lag. If the workload is not spread evenly, it will affect the final performance, because you need every power to be synced in this case. You can do this launch every time you start the World of Tanks. After you start, you can Alt Tab and go to the test manager and select the corresponding CCX cores. So everything will be a constant and the final result will be pretty pleasing. So as you can see, we gained 1000 points. Thank you for watching. Hope you will use this to your improvement in World of Tanks performance. Have a nice day.